Hello and welcome to Talking Golf with Gary. This week, the dynamic Gary will introduce you to all kinds of topics pertinent to this past week of golf. He'll give you some tidbits of information as what's coming up and take you on a tour around the world for all of the golfing highlights. Sit back and enjoy Talking Golf with Gary.
And hello and welcome to another edition of Talking Golf with Gary. It's going to be a quick one this week as we are in PGA Championship week. Boom, 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 boom. Second major of the year. And all eyes in the golfing world are about 15 miles east of where I'm sitting in Bethpage, New York at the Bethpage Black in Farmingdale, New York. Farmingdale, Bethpage are on the borderline. Anyways, that's where everybody is gathering this week. So far, the weather has been crummy. Rainy and cold yesterday. Cold and nasty today. Was going to try to get out to a practice round, but the weather was just too uncooperative, if you will. But it's supposed to be better weather for the tournament. Maybe one day might be a little iffy, Friday or Saturday, I forget which, but we'll have to play that one by ear. But everybody's here. Tiger was practicing on Monday, and the whole golf world is right here. This is the epicenter. Long Island, New York is the epicenter of the whole golf world this week. But we had some tournaments last week, so let's take a look at what happened in those events. Sung Kang made a 23-foot birdie putt on a 15th hole to finally take the lead for good at the AT&T. Byron Nelson held on for his first PGA Tour victory on a 27-hole Sunday at Trinity Forest in Texas. Weather was terrible there as well last week, wreaked havoc. That was the second of 3 consecutive birdies for Kang, the 31-year-old South Korea, who lives in North Texas. In his 159th career PGA Tour start, Kang closed with a 4-under 67 to finish at 23 under and beat Matt Every and Scott Piercy by 2 strokes. Kang pumped his fist when the birdie dropped in at number 15, making for a 2-stroke swing at the 431-yard par 4. Everyone who started that hole tied for the lead. And he was in the middle of the fairway, had a decent approach before 3-putting for bogey. Twice over the last few days, Every overcame deficits of at least 4 strokes and went ahead of Kang, but just couldn't finish. Every finished with a 66. Piercy also in the final threesome ended a bogey-free tournament with a 64. Brooks Koepka, who is the defending champion, the PGA championship champion. He finished 4th at 20 under after a 68. Jordan Spieth, member of Trinity Forest, had a closing 71 and finished tied for 29th at 11 under. His best Byron Nelson finish is still a tie for 16th when he played in the tournament for the first time as a 16-year-old amateur on a sponsor's exemption in 2010 at TPC Four Seasons. And the Champions Tour, they held their first major of the year. They had the region's tradition, and that was won by Steve Stricker, who ran away with his first senior major on Monday. They had weather issues also in Alabama, so they had to go an extra day. He closed it out with a 4-under 68 for a 6-shot victory in the weather-delayed region's tradition. Stricker led by 2 shots heading into the final round at Greystone's Founders Course and went bogey-free, finishing at 18 under 270. It was the 4th win in 18 PGA Tour champion starts for the Ryder Cup captain, who continues to play regularly on the PGA Tour. "This is special," said Stricker, wiping tears away from his eyes during a TV interview. "I get emotional. I hate this part." The 52-year-old has 12 PGA Tour victories, but never won a major, finishing second at the 1998 PGA Championship to Vijay Singh. Now he's got one. I know it's a Champions Tour, but it still counts, folks. Billy Andrade, Paul Goydos, and David Toms tied for second, but no one challenged Stricker down the stretch. Goydos closed with a 70, while Andrade and Toms shot 72. And Bernard Langer was up there for a while, but he fell back on the final day. And on the European Tour, Marcus Kinholt secured his maiden European Tour title at the Bedford British Masters by a single stroke. He produced a birdie finish to win that tournament. There was late drama at Hillside Golf Club on Sunday as Kinholt, Matt Wallace, defending champion Eddie Pepperell, and young Scot Robert McIntyre were locked together at 15 under par when the final group containing overnight leaders Kinholt and Wallace stood on the 18th tee. With Pepperell and McIntyre watching on following the conclusion of their rounds, Kinholt coolly rolled in his 8-foot birdie putt at the last to sign for a final round 70 and make his European Tour breakthrough. Wallace finished in a tie for second place alongside Pepperell and McIntyre after narrowly missing his 15-foot birdie putt on the 18th green. Scott Richie Ramsey was alone in fifth at 12 under after carding a closing birdie, while Englishmen Paul Waring and Jordan Smith were in a joint tie for sixth at 11 under. And that's the recap for this week's action in the world of golf. And we're going to take a quick break and come back with some picks for the PGA Championship, as well as the calendar and some other thoughts. So stay tuned for that. You're not going to want to miss it. You never know who I'm going to pick.
Sponsor an ad.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for interesting baseball talk, opinions, and history.
Baseball and BBQ, your place for barbecue recipes, tips, and interviews from the world of barbecue. If you like baseball and if you like barbecue, then tune in to Baseball and BBQ. Find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and BaseballTalkRadio.com.
Sponsor an ad on the podcast. Support our show and let people know about your business. Email us today.
516-362-0443. That is the Talking Golf Hotline. If you've got a question, a comment, or want to leave a voicemail, say hi. That's the number to call, 516-362-0443. Or if you'd like to leave an email, you can email the show at talkinggolf@gmail.com.
And I'm back. And as I said earlier, this week, all eyes are on Farmingdale, New York, at Bethpage Black, Bethpage State Park, for the playing of the 2019 PGA Championship. People have been asking me, who are you picking? Who do you think's going to win? Well, look, I'm going to say this. It's very difficult to pick against Tiger Woods. Whenever Tiger Woods is in the field for a major, especially now that he's broke the ice and won another major and is healthy, it is very difficult to pick against him. So, and it's very difficult to pick against Brooks Koepka. He's been playing well, played good, nice this past week. His game looks really good. We'll have to see. Hard to pick against him as well. I do have some dark horse candidates. I'd love to see Ricky Fowler win. I think he's got a shot. He's played Bethpage very well in the past. He's got a shot. Phil Mickelson has also played Bethpage very well, finishing second, I believe, in 2009. Can he do it at his age? I'm not sure. Only because his driving has been so erratic. He's been all over the course and you have to be a good driver, precise on Bethpage Black. I'm not sure if he can still do that. I mean, it's very odd. I don't think the putting is going to be an issue, though the greens may be slow because they're wet. Don't know how the drainage is or anything. Could be okay. I don't think they're going to be real fast unless the superintendents are really good at what they do. So who knows? But the weather could be an issue, could slow the course down, and maybe not favor the big hitters as much. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. But Mickelson does have a good scoring average here, but he is 47, 48 now, and it's going to be tough for him. One guy I would watch is Ryan Palmer. He's been playing real well, has played well at Bethpage in the past. Keep an eye on him. He's going to be a real dark horse candidate. And Jordan Spieth, his game's picked up a little bit and has played, again, has had a pretty good scoring average at Bethpage, so you never know. But, tough to pick against Tiger. For me, it is. I know people can't stand them, and they can pick against them, but it's just tough for me. But all right, that's the pick. So I don't even know if we should play the calendar, but we'll do it anyway.
It's time to do the calendar. Now it's time to do the calendar. Oh, hooray, let's sing the calendar. Now it's time to do the calendar.
And as we've been saying for the whole show, there's only one thing on the calendar. That is the PGA Championship at Bethpage Black, Bethpage State Park in Farmingdale, New York. And Brooks Koepka is the defending champion. That's it this week, folks. That is it. That is the tournament, and all eyes will be watching that tournament. It'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out as the PGA has their second major of the year. Remember, this was always played in July or August, and they moved it to May this year, and weather could be an issue. It has been absolutely miserable the past 2 weeks in the New York area. I mean, the whole Northeast, I guess, has been pretty lousy. Cold, damp, rainy. I think we had one nice sunny day, maybe two in the past 2 weeks, and one day you're out there in shorts, and the next day you're breaking out the winter clothes again. That's how bad it's been around here. But we'll see. As I said earlier, it's supposed to get a little bit of sunshine. Supposed to warm up into the high 60s. So they're not going to have a weather test as far as heat, but the cold could play a part in this. So we'll see how it all shakes itself out this week. And who knows, maybe I'll pop out there if I can get a chance. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank you all for listening, and don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker, Google Play, Spotify, wherever you listen or watch the podcast. Hit the subscribe button. That helps me grow the show and expand to new listeners. And until next time, remember, as you walk down the fairway of life, you must smell the roses, for you only get to play one round. See you again next time on the next edition of Talking Golf with Gary.